Did you guys go to Taco Bell while you were in town, or what the? Jeez. So I said in one of my previous videos that I was having an issue with my plow. I thought it was a bad switch. You know what it turns out? It turns out the signal wire had no power in the fuse box. This little wire right here was unplugged. Oh, how frustrating to spend an hour of your Sunday trying to find a problem. And I'm grateful that it was this simple, but how annoying. Now I gotta put my controller all back together. Shoot. Been raining all night. Look at my handle here. Ooh. There's a pretty good layer of ice all over everything. Very slippery this morning. Roads were bad. I don't know if you can tell my side door here. Yeah, not good. And I was in a zone this morning, so worried about the slippery roads that I'm gonna turn my heater on to try to thaw out the windows here. Front window's good, or not too bad, but I was not paying attention, and I drove towards the old job this morning, so I was a little late getting here. Good job. Well, and I drove slower because of the ice. So yeah, a little late this morning. You hear that? That's how much crust there is on the snow this morning. Well, I'm checking out the damage report this morning on this beaver dam flowage. And yeah, I definitely cut a groove through the frost or the ice in the road here. It cut it out a little bit over there too. That's not too bad. This it cut it down several, boy, I don't know, probably 10 inches. So that's probably been compromised quite a bit. Couldn't probably drive across it now. Not with a pickup, maybe, but I'm not going to chance it. I'll just drive Timbco back there again. Yeah, it's 31 above. That 5 to 7 inches of snow we were supposed to get came down in the form of rain. I got out to use the little boy's room, and look at that. There's ice. This is ice falling off the trees, off the limbs. It's just raining off the roof here. Water running off everything. This is not usual for January. Can't really tell, but my pickup windshield is iced over. It rained more this morning. Well, thanks for being a good girl today, Timbco. You did a good job. Oh, you know, I feel really bad about leaving you out, and it's cold. It's probably about 0 with about a 15-mile-an-hour wind. It's fairly cold out. I hate to do it. I gotta leave you outside. You're not potty trained. You're not house trained. You just leak wherever you want. And you know I can't bring in... Never mind, that was dumb. That's how I clean off my roof. I have the machine leveled all the way forward. As you can, maybe you can't tell, but I feel like I'm standing right on my face. If you remember that hill I worked on in a few videos back, this is it up there. I'm gonna need to lock her in here, and I'm gonna need to get a run at it. There's a sheet of ice, so there's about 1 inch of snow with a bunch of ice on it. Alright, hear the old cat winding up. I'm going about 15 miles an hour. Come on, girl, come on. I got got the Timbco on the Lobo behind me. Come on, come on. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make her. I got enough momentum and she's not spinning. Woo! I made it, Louie. I made it. Well, I'm locked out of this road. Nuts. I thought I had a spare key. I didn't think it was locked, but it is. And I have a universal gate remover on that lowboy. But I probably shouldn't do that, huh? So I need to turn the lowboy truck around. It's still detached. This is another thing a rubber tired machine can't do. This corner was not plowed out, so I used the head to sweep all that snow back and some brush. So now hopefully I can turn around here. So I'm here mopping up these little spruce pockets that were left from many years ago, and you got to look at this sunset. That is a beautiful sunset. Another awesome office view. I'm waiting for the air to build up in the lowboy truck here. Look at that, it's 5:30 and there's still a lot of daylight. I shouldn't say daylight, but a lot of skylight left. Not real bright out there, but speaking of not real bright, how you doing there? I'm kidding. I was gonna stick a name in there. I couldn't think of a name. I thought, no, I'm just kidding. Oh, the sandwich bread has been gut shot. And I have a dog whining, so Carrie will get up and give her a treat, I think. I was going to put some new teeth in the saw right away this morning, but I took a little drive through here and realized that this road needed to be widened out big time. It was just a little goat trail. But you can see a drag aspen I cut there, and there's one behind me, and I knocked down all this maple. But anytime you cut trees alongside a road, you know, there's a high probability of rock, or you're going to saw some dirt somewhere. So I did this first, and now I'm going to go put some teeth in it. So you see there's two stumps there that obviously were trees a little bit ago. You probably can't tell that, but that's maybe 12 feet wide. There's no way the skidder with the duals on was going to fit through there. Even though the duals aren't on it right now, we'll need duals on that block and a whole bunch of blocks behind me. So the skidder's going to have to drive through here with its wide butt. Spiff, you have a wide butt. I got to accommodate it. That was weird. Oh well. I must have ice build up underneath the saw shelf and the saw, because it doesn't even want to turn. I threw a splash of fuel in there to try to keep that saw a little more lubricated, so that little bit of ice, you know, when it melts and then it freezes as soon as that saw stops. That saw is slowing down awful fast compared to what it should. It should go for minutes and minutes. Watch this. Bam. That is way too fast. I use a Quadco beaver tooth style. That's what a new tooth looks like, and that's what a tooth that's hit a rock looks like, or several rocks. That corner is absolutely gone. Yes, you can rotate these. There's still a corner there. That one's gone. I think, yeah, I can rotate this one still. These two are good. That's not bad. That tooth has been rotated too many. It's all the four corners are gone on that, so that should be replaced. I found a problem. I don't know if you can hear that or feel that. There, you can see it. I've got a loose tooth holder. I gotta tighten them up. This one feels like it might have a little looseness to it too. Looseness to it. Did you hear that? That isn't even Canadian. I speak Canadian. The welder's running. Here's what I do. I cheat. I put a little tack weld right here and right here to keep these things from spinning. There is a special little tool that has them little ears, but I cut my hand wide open one time doing that, so now I just weld them. So I just gooped a little weld on there to keep these inserts from spinning. And you see how this insert, the scratch marks aren't lined up? See how these are all lined up? And then you look, and you can tell that's been turning. I found one more down under there that the scratch marks aren't lined up. So I think I got another, well, I'm pretty sure I got another loose one I got to deal with. Got a cheater pipe on an Allen wrench and just pull. I didn't mark which ones these are new and which ones I just took out. I'm gonna have to guess. Well, that one's still cutting good, but I think I'm gonna replace it anyway. Man, I hit a couple of pretty good rocks at that last sale. When I was tightening down these bolts on that other tooth holder, this is a cup, and then there's a cup that goes underneath, and the saw disc has big holes in it, and these cups fit down in the tooth holder in the disc, and they squeeze it, and that's how they're held on there, because these are replaceable. See how the scratch marks with this cup aren't lined up with the saw? That means it's turning. And this right here, that's how I marked it with the welder. I just reached under and gave it a little scratch, so when I got to this point in the saw, I'd know where it was. So I put my Allen wrench in the holder next to it and put a pipe on it, was pulling on it, and of course I'm looking away while I'm pulling, and it slipped, but ting, and I hear the Allen wrench go flying. I have no idea where it's at. None. Oh, there it is. I thought it went out in the toolies. Either it was that second bowl of Wheaties I ate this morning, or I've got another loose one here. Shoot. I didn't know he's that strong. And I don't want a bunch of flack about how I do my saw teeth. How I do them is how I do them. And you're not going to change me. But here's your thought for the day: is always put new teeth straight across from each other so the saw stays balanced. I never put a new full set of new teeth in at one time. You could hit a rock on your next tree and ruin hundreds of dollars of teeth. This way I only put usually four new ones in at a time. 4 corners on a round blade. Figured that one out. Yeah, so you saw the clip of me making my sandwich this morning. Is this like a diet sandwich, or is it trying to fool you into thinking it's a donut? I don't know. Either way, I think I got ripped out of a bite. It was only 3 above this morning. Not that that's super cold, but I didn't bother putting my bibs on or anything like that. I didn't dress extra warm or anything, just because I thought, it won't take me that long. I'll put some teeth on. I knew I had a little drip here. That's one thing about this blue oil. It shows up very well in the snow. Doesn't take very much oil to let you know it's a leak. Anyway, when it's cold out, it makes you work faster. So I thought, just an hour or two. Well, it's pushing 11 o'clock, and I'm still working on this. And I'm trying to find my leak here. And here's some of the frozen balls that were in the inside of the cylinder. And they hit on these fittings and hoses, and if you don't keep that cleaned out, it will break them. So that's part of the reason why I pulled that pin out and pulled that cylinder out, just to get those out of there. So I started it up and put some pressure to it, and that's where it's leaking. Now I know. I had a slight antifreeze leak on the front by the water pump here on this little hose, so I just put a new hose clamp on it because the other one was bad.
Thanks for watching. Have a great day.